again, here I am. I'm doing an unscripted podcast. Oh, well, thank you. So I'm doing an unscripted podcast. It's live right now. Anyone can read me a question. I can read your responses. I said that in backwards. So if you have a question, I can answer it, or at least do the best I can to answer it. And if not, then that's okay as well. I'll try. Let me see if I can find some of the viewer questions for this segment. I'm not finding anything. So I wrote one chapter from the book, and I'm having two thoughts. The first one is that I'm doing research on myself, which feels weird. And I kind of have to put everything together. And then the second part is that I'm trying to make it something people can read and understand what it was like to be in that situation. It's not really an entertainment piece. It's more of a what happened, I guess. And that's the difficult part, is that it takes a while to get to the optimism in the writing, but it's going to have to be conveyed in this chapter somehow. I am looking at different ways of extending on new segments, because I'm getting better at looking at chapters that I've written already and am combing through and trying to find different things that I could have said better, or just an overall better way to edit the chapter so that it reads more clearly. Let me see what else there is regarding that. There's a lot of new things going on in San Francisco. There's a Zoom conference getting ready to start with the 21st Century Socialism Reading Group. Definitely join the San Francisco Bay Democratic Socialists. We need as many people as possible. Let me see what else. I also I'm tired. This is like a lot of, this has been a lot. It's, okay, so the last 2 months, we've been able to maintain about 60 people for all content media providers. So essentially the blog has done about 40 or 50 readers, which is not bad for being on the second month. And the podcast is off to a slower start. It's about 20 people, which isn't bad either. And then we have the website, which does about 40 every week, which is pretty good. These are all people that happen to stumble upon the site. So these are decent numbers. They're not where they need to be. There needs to actually be like a strategy session where something coherent is actually put together. But while everything is still being set up, this is still a good way to there's still a good way to actually have all this information put up and done it so in a timely manner. I mean, me, myself, as I'm working on the book, I mostly am just trying to find ways to go through those chapters and add more, especially one that I've broken it up into 4 different areas, and they're in different rooms. It's in different times of the week or month. And in addition to that, it's also with different characters. And it's because it's based on memories and feelings. And that's a little bit, I don't think it's difficult to write about, but it definitely takes a little bit more, I don't know if you'd call it being sensitive or just an understanding of the situation. And it's not always the easiest to write about, but it's good to it's good to write about it. I think the problem I've been having is that there is the strength that you don't look back, you only look forward because the past already happened and there's not much you can say about it. And then there's the, okay, but we still want to know what happened, so here it is. So I think for some reason I've just felt more obligated to let people know, like, how that life was, I guess, to some degree. And I'm just trying to find a way to make it more forward looking, because I feel like it's so focused on things that already happened, things that are never going to change. And I think that the only way through it is really just to not look back. But it's kind of a little difficult when your new successes have they're still on their way, I guess. But it's okay. I think at the end of the day, this is still a good story about overcoming. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. That's pretty much everything I have for now. I have some questions here. The book is still about Catholicism because it's one of the main things that are left of me whenever you take everything away. One of them is like your birthday, and that I was raised Catholic. So don't always assume that it's going to be a book 100% about Catholicism, because it'd be kind of like saying, oh, well, is Die Hard about dying harder? It's not necessarily a literal name for the book, but it's definitely going in the title. So I just thought I'd clarify that. While I am an atheist that is doing a lot of soul searching, I am also making sure the audience understands that the book Catholicism from an imperfect atheist is also a story about different events. And the reason I tell them the way I tell them is because I kind of have the idea that somebody young and that has their whole life ahead of them to make decisions can look at some of mine and see how they want to make their decisions. And then there's another part that it's written for somebody that might be in the same situation, maybe not exactly, but a situation that's very similar. So that is somebody that can do that. I mean, not do that, but it's something that might be useful for them. It might help them. It might avoid a lot of stress or heartache. So I would say that those are the two main groups that I write the book for. I write the book for myself, but then after that, what other responsibility do I have? And it's to somebody that has a fresh slate that can do kind of whatever they want, or somebody that is stuck and wondering what that looks like. Is that something that they're going through right now, or is it something that they have already gone through? And if there was anyone to talk to about it, maybe I'd be one of the people. I do know that the more I put out, the more that people, they find you, they contact you, and they say, hey, I just wanted to say I'm in a situation where I don't know what to do. So I think that's pretty much it. I feel like it's a little sensationalized about my private life, but then again, I don't know how else you write. I mean, I could do fiction, and in fiction you have to come up with characters and locations and I'm just not into the whole thing. But anyway, I will sign off for now. Thank you all for listening today. And this is oh, I forgot to talk about the gig economy. So Prop 22 went through, which means that Uber and Lyft and rideshare or gig economy employers are going to have a lot of flexibility on the labor that they hire. The good news is that they're going to raise the rates for a lot of those positions. The bad news is that protections like healthcare and unemployment insurance are a little bit more difficult to come across at the moment. Not that may change in the near future, but for now, I think that anyone that's looking for a big socialist revolution, I was a little surprised that the voters did not support it. It just kind of goes to show to the power of branding and corporate branding. And I don't say this cynically at all. I just mean that if you like Uber because you like the service, and the service is recommending you vote a certain way, so that the service can continue to function, then it seems to be that would be how most people would vote. I'm not a fan of it, but that's what happened. So that's what happens sometimes. You have to get back on the horse. You have to learn to roll with the punches, even though that's a loss and it sends you back for a little while, but that's life. And then you just try again. Well, anyway, I think that's pretty much it. This is Alan Villarreal with the Villarreal Blog. Thank you, and sign off. And it's Tuesday, 2 days before Thanksgiving. All right, see ya.